So my first job is to just debone this saddle of pork, which is just the loin and the belly together. I've got a video of this on the channel already, how to do it. It's very easy. You can easily do this at home. All we need to do is just sheet out these ribs. Just keep nice and tight against the bones. And you need to have nice, good quality pork here. Nice bit of fat, not too much fat. And all you need to do is make sure you're working right the way from the end of these ribs all the way through. Make your life a lot easier. And then there's these little vertebrae ribs. You can just cut around the back of those. Sometimes you get a little floating rib in here that you just need to cut around. So just cut around that last one. And then down the back of these vertebrae. Just keep nice and tight against the bone. And just cut those straight off. And then we've got these little cartilage tips that need to come out here. Very easy, just roll your knife underneath them and they'll come out. Now I'll cut off the very end of the belly, and that can all be trimmed off for sausages or anything like that. And then if we've missed any little tips of the bones there, they can just come off too. Just cut around them, just like so. I like to take this solid muscle out here because it makes everything a little bit more uniform when you're rolling it. So that can just come out, gives you a more uniform area. And I'll probably just roll this pork fillet back in. So I just trim that up, split it in half. That can get rolled back in. And now we just need to butterfly this open. This is very easy. You don't want to cut all the way through, but keep your knife sort of flat, and it's almost just like opening up a newspaper. You don't want to cut all the way through, just leave a little bit here hanging on the edge. Try and get this nice and sort of a uniform thickness. Very easy. Really go too far wrong there. And you can open up this belly side a little bit. That's going to give you a lovely spiral when you come to carve this joint. It's also giving it more surface area for the seasoning that we're going to put on. So I'm just sort of pulling this back, opening it out like a newspaper. And of course there's loads of different ways people do porchetta, but this is just the way that I like to do mine. And there you can see we've got a nice big area. And that's ready to be seasoned up. We're going to lay that pork fillet somewhere in there, roll this all together. But now, we'll set this to one side and we'll get our herbs and spices and everything ready to roll that up. Okay, so real quickly, all we need for the herbs and spices, the way I do it anyway, some thyme, some rosemary. We're going to peel and finely dice those, really give them a good chopping. We've got some parsley, fresh parsley. This is just a pre-blended salt and pepper mix, not much else in there other than that. Some garlic, I just use granules, you can use fresh. This is just very convenient for me. And some fennel. This is ground fennel seed, gives it that lovely aniseed taste. You can use fennel seeds and crush them up. Again, this is just more convenient for me. doing it on a sort of a larger scale. So I'm going to prep these, and I'll probably put that on a bit of a time lapse now. Okay, so we've prepped all the herbs there, peeled and finely diced the thyme and rosemary just to get rid of all the woody bits. Then I've sort of roughly chopped the parsley, just a smaller bits. I don't want to totally mince that. So this is ready now to be seasoned. All we're going to do is open up this pork that we've prepared, just like so. And very, very simply, everything is going to get pretty even coat with herbs and spices. So we're going to want salt and pepper first. We'll just do this entire flat side, then make sure we reserve a little bit of the seasoning for the underside of this. And we'll go on next with some garlic. This is just garlic granules because it's convenient, but you can use fresh garlic. You can mince it up, spread it across. But you need plenty of garlic in this, definitely. And then fennel powder. We're going to rub this in, so you shouldn't worry too much about it clumping up. Just give it a good coat. Just like so. And I'm just going to rub this all in, make sure we get everywhere coated. Like so, and then we come in with the herbs. Make sure these are nicely mixed together so we get an even distribution of everything. And I've just eyeballed the amounts here. It's just sort of from experience really, but I know roughly sort of half a pack of rosemary and half a pack of thyme should cover this sort of reasonably well. And you can see I've left a little bit, but what I'm going to do is just start to roll this up a little bit. And we can get a little more seasoning on this side. Get the remainder of these herbs on. Take a little bit more fennel on here. Just like so. And now this is all ready to roll together. I'll just try and press that on a little bit so it doesn't all fall off. And bring these two together. And we're looking for a nice uniform shape. And that join I'm going to put on the bottom, so it's hidden when we come to string this up. There you can see, nice uniform shape. See that there? That's ready for rolling. So that's what we're going to do now. There you can see, that's the porchetta, rolled, stuffed, and ready for roasting.